Secular literature includes all written texts that are non-religious in nature. Autobiographies, biographies, court chronicles and accounts. Okay, these are the C here now. Secular literature means doesn't deal with any religion parts. So it is a non-religious text. Especially it deals with autobiography and biography. So autobiography means you have understand that it's about the person's life. It is written by that person. The same person will write about himself or her, about her in autobiographies. And biography, what does it mean? It describe about the real person's life, like you can say different actors, politician. Okay, these are biography, means when you write about someone else, that is called biography. Court chronicles means whatever things happen in the court, detail about the court account that you find in court chronicles. And even the foreign travelers, see, there are many foreign travelers who came India during different king was there, and they also have written something about that kingdom. So in our latest classes you will be finding this thing are the example of secular literature. So these all are the example of secular literature. Now all of them are important sources of history as they gives us insight into the social and cultural lives of the people at that time. Some of the important texts are listed below. See, these are all the texts and these are the authors about the subject and important source of history. See, first is Rajat Rangini. Rajat Rangini was written by Kalhana, the story of Kashmir during the ancient India. And what is the sources? It considered to be one of the earliest instance of historical writing in India. So this is the source. But when you read about this part, you see that you must learn it. Okay, you must learn this. You can, if you don't have your book, whenever you get your book, you try to learn this text, author and the subject. You just go through about the sources. Sources is not that important, you just have to understand it, but main learning you go with text and author and subject. Okay, next you have Arthashastra. Arthashastra was written by Kautilya, deals of law, order and political administration. And what did the sources? It gives a detailed account of the social, political, economic, religious and cultural life of ancient India under the Mauryans. So these are all things you will be studying in your further classes in history. But for time period, just understand that Arthashastra was written by Kautilya on what? About the law and administration of which kingdom? It is about the Mauryans. Okay. Next you have Panchatantra. Panchatantra writers is not been recorded, but it's believed that it was written by Vishnu Sharma. It is a collection of fables. Fables means the different stories, you can say a short stories. It highlights the social, religious and moral values of ancient India. Next you have Manu Smriti, that is written by Manu, a book of laws of social conduct. It lays down the social laws that people in India were meant to follow. Okay. Next you have Abhigyan Sakuntalam and Meghdutam. It was written by Kalidasa. Poem. It's a poem and drama known for the high quality of their poetry. This provide us the vivid depiction of life in ancient India. Next you have Harshta Chaitra, that is written by Bhanu Bhatta, the biography of King Harsvardhana. Okay, it's about the biography, not very reliable sources as they were usually composed by writers employed by the rulers. Mostly, therefore, they only praise the respective king without talking about their mistakes. So this book was written by whom? Bhanu Bhatta. Next you have Indica. It is written by Meghasthani, a Greek ambassador to the court of Chandragupta Maurya. It tells about a detailed account of India at the time of Chandragupta Maurya. When Chandragupta Maurya was ruling our country, at that time, it gives a description about that, how he used to rule. Okay, what kind of ruling power he has, that was described in Indica. A record of Buddhist kingdom. See, now we have already learned that foreign traveler is a secular literature. So Fahin, a Chinese traveler who came to India to study Buddhism. This was the one who came India about to study different kind of religion. And next you have Yun Sang, okay, Chinese traveler who came to India to study Buddhism. These two are the foreign traveler who came to India to study about religion. So in the secular literature, just now we have learned about a foreign traveler. So whenever they asked you two Buddhist, the two foreigners who came to study Buddhist, then what will be your answer? First is Fahin, next is your Yun Sang. Okay, these are the two foreign travelers. And what are the Jatakas? The Jatakas are the composed by different authors over a long time. They provide lives of the Buddha They throw light on the social culture and political life of ancient India. So this text and author and subjects are very important. So you try to learn it. You try to learn whenever you get, whenever you received your book, please try to learn it. Okay. Now, before I conclude with your today's class, let's recap the thing what we have learned today about the sources of history. One is archaeological, one is literary. Archaeological, it has pottery objects, different kind of objects are there, fossil, coin and seal, monuments, as we have already discussed this. Literary means inscription, manuscript, books and edicts. Okay, and what are the literary sources are divided? One is religious writing and next is secular writing. Okay, last but not least, one assignment or one homework you can take for today, because a lesson is incomplete without a homework. So you can take this as a home task. What you have to do, you take your SST copy, you make one copy and write there in the first chapter, write headings, chapter 1, today's date. Whenever you watch this video, you write that date and you start with this. You write about this one. See, you write about the name of the text, author and subject. You do not have to write this. Please skip this part. Only these three things you write in your exercise copy, and next you have to draw this diagram. You have to make this diagram, sources of history. Then in the next class we'll be continuing with influence of geography on Indian history. Then we'll start our exercise part, so that you can continue with your question answers and your fill in the blanks, and many other exercises are there. You can have a continuation of that class in our next video. But for time being, you write this and do complete your homework and write in your SST copy. So I conclude my video here. See you in our next class. Thank you.